Hi, this is Guy Easoz, and this is my evangelism story. My wife Judy and I love to go camping, and a few years ago we went down to central Illinois where they have a lake on the campground, and I love to fish. I focus on that in the morning and after dinner time. And my wife and I will go for hikes or bike riding or explore a town or something in the middle of the day. At the campground, there became news that someone had caught a large fish the morning before, and it was a big catfish. And this got many of us very excited. So I actually went out in the daytime and caught some small fish to use as bait. And after dinner time, when the sun was getting low, I went down by the water and I started to fish. There were other fishermen and women up and down the banks. And the little girls with the look of determination as they cast it in, because we all wanted to catch that big fish, and the mood was very exciting. So I'd fish for a little while and not get any bite, so I'd reel in my line, take the bait off, and take the bait, and I'd throw it out in the water, just in a little bit of a different spot where I had just pulled it out. Put on fresh bait, cast it out, fish for a while. And I kept doing this all through the evening. And I may have gotten a few bites, and I did catch one small fish, but I didn't get the big one. So when it started to get dark out and the mosquitoes were biting more than the fish, it was time to go back and have a little campfire. So I gave up for that night, and I got a good night's sleep. And the next morning, I made my coffee, and I went down to the water, and I baited up, and I cast out, and I just sat back and relaxed for a little bit. All of a sudden, my fishing pole started to dance a little bit. I picked it up, and I set the hook, and I had a big fish on. So some kid comes running by, and he goes, I've got a net back at camp. And he comes back, and I landed just a really huge fish. And what I didn't realize was, the night before, every time I took that bait and I threw it out into the water, I was chumming the water, and I was getting it ready. And the next day, the next morning, I did the same thing one more time. And it was all ready for me. Everything was ready. The fish was right there waiting. It occurred to me that evangelism is like fishing. You know, we go about our lives as Christ-centered people. And our actions and the things we say and do, we're always throwing it out there. We're always throwing it out there. And we might get a response from people, or we may not. A lot of times we feel like we're really not getting it together. When you make that phone call in the morning and you call someone and you say, I know you're going through a difficult time right now. I'm asking God to guide you in this matter. I'm asking God to make His presence strongly felt. When you text someone and you give them words of encouragement when they're sick or when they're worried about their child, we're the hands and feet of Jesus. So when you're out there and you're trying to lead a Christ-centered life and you're sharing Jesus with people and you just don't feel like you're getting the response that you'd like, you're not getting the bites, don't worry, because you're just chumming the waters for the next person or for the next day.